Hello, myself Sunil Ramkosha here. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. City creation. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is design. Basically, so this is basically very dangerous topic. Basically, the topic which we are discussing. One of the person told that I am taking my example. Basically, assume that basically Sunil R Nair basically got the punishment set of punishment like I basically got damage hand bad that private parts this head then sound side sounds. So assume that basically these all are the activities in this basically few things basically are private parts basically. So as because each and every body basically contains each and every body parts actually I am taking here. So private parts are also basically the body parts basically. So that is basically not a bad thing basically. So one of the person told that actually. For example, Sunil R Nair basically saw something basically from eye basically. Assume that basically Sunil R Nair basically saw something basically from eye. So one few face basically which public don't know basically. Then basically this all are the basically the causes basically you can say reason basically that how basically the punishment basically gets basically. Here basically I have taken my example basically. Then basically I know few people basically who basically public knows he basically is very dangerous. So in public basically he is very dangerous, but he is the Sunil R Nair basically know him also basically. Few movie clips basically that is basically the hot movies basically like Bollywood movie. There in that basically few hot scenes basically Sunil R Nair saw basically. Then the high profile females like Raja Rani family and female basically Sunil R Nair. So here basically I'm just taking as an example basically. If they basically get out from their king's palace basically, then basically the few tasks I have done basically like in 3 and I was basically working in 3 and ICICI Bank basically. So other than ICICI Bank group basically track that basically that person basically is working in ICICI Bank and he is basically due to that particular person basically ICICI is basically getting good income basically. So the bank basically track that basically. Here just taking as an example of myself basically how basically the causes basically are. Then the few things basically Sunil R Nair done for the God group basically, and the others basically task basically done from the I side basically. So now basically things basically is this is the then basically hand, then the private parts, then the heart, pennies, then back side, then basically the head and the sound basically. So this is basically all the stuff basically. So each and every parts basically whatever things basically you do now basically the set of rules basically and regulation basically are created by the set of groups basically that person basically has done something bad basically. Something bad means that is actually not bad basically, but the things basically which happens basically that is bad for some other side basically. For example, I will take one example basically. Assume that basically the Raja Rani family basically are there basically in Mumbai city. Assume that basically, and Sunil R Nair basically saw that family, and Raja family basically are directly connected with the satellite group basically. So assume that basically when Sunil R Nair saw them basically something basically bad happened basically to that person basically that Raja Rani group basically. So the satellite group basically tracks each and every people's energy basically who was that negative energy basically. So you just imagine basically how dangerous thing is basically. So to see anybody person also that is also very dangerous basically nowadays basically. So that's why basically the king's family basically never gets out from the house basically. If they gets out that means basically some big issue basically is there basically in city ongoing basically. So that's why basically they don't get out only basically. So assume that basically in Mumbai basically the Sunil R Nair basically saw them and basically something negative things basically happened. So what was that negative basically? That basically they are going to check basically. So here basically this is connecting to this part basically. That is designing part basically. And in this basically the India land basically is creating which kind of energy basically, that actually the question is basically, that is the question basically. Why basically I will tell you basically why basically I am telling you basically this. Here reason basically I am telling is, I will draw one image basically, just a minute. This is this is one image basically of human basically. Here basically assume that basically I am taking image as a all side basically, male, female and others basically. So this is the human body. This is actually one human basically, right? This is human of Earth planet. And this is same structure basically is there in galaxy also. Human body of Earth planet. Then basically the galaxy of universe. Human galaxy of universe. So one is here basically we will do one thing, we will write here basically human galaxy of universe. So this is the thing basically. So one of the person told that each and every body parts basically of human, each and every human basically, for example Earth planet basically currently moving is here basically, assume that basically Earth planet group basically is moving here basically, assume that basically. So Earth planet group basically is moving here, that means Earth planet is going to do the task related to human galaxy. In human galaxy the body parts will be the head basically. So that would, and head basically is connected with the each and every body parts, but there basically the thing is they are connected with the thinking basically, but thinking basically connects with the each and every body parts. Why? Because each and everything basically which you think basically, according to that only your body basically parts gets effect basically. So each and every body parts are going to effect basically here basically. So that is basically connected with here basically. So that each and everything basically are connected with here. So that is basically the next generation also basically you can say. That is also basically connected with the next generation. That is also connected with the next generation. So you can just imagine basically the things which are connected. So here actually punishment basically that is connected with this all conditions basically, and Earth planet group basically is moving here basically, and that is basically the creation of Earth planet according to the human galaxy group basically given the task to the Earth planet group basically. So it's a Earth planet group basically you can say, and here basically the Mars is there, Jupiters basically are there, and there are basically many planets basically who are connected with the Earth planet basically. So Earth planet movies group basically is moving here basically. So these all are the body parts of Earth planet.